Okay, this is Mr. Erickson's CHAMP expectations for teacher-directed instruction. Okay, CHAMPS is an acronym that we use in class for different expectations so that you know how to behave or how to act during certain activities within class. The C is conversation, the H is help, the A is activity, the M is movement, and the P is participation, and we'll get in a little more detail on the next couple of slides. So the C being conversation, there is absolutely no talking while I'm teaching. So that's the first letter in CHAMPS, stands for conversation, and the conversation voice level is 0 when the teacher is teaching or talking. As well as if somebody else is sharing something with the class, the voice level will still remain 0 so that we can provide that respect. The H stands for help. If you need help while I'm teaching, you raise your hand. I only answer questions when students raise their hands quietly. If you're raising your hand and you're saying, ooh, me, I'm not going to call on you. You're going to have to wait. So that's what the H stands for, help. How do you get help when I'm teaching? You simply raise your hand quietly. The A, activity. When I'm teaching, this is what you should be doing. You should be listening to the lesson, taking notes if necessary, looking at me, the overhead projector, LCD projector, or whiteboard, and you should only be writing if directed. Okay, I know every once in a while some students like to scribble or draw. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure that you would be able to repeat everything that I have said or everything that your classmate has said back word for word, or be able to summarize it if you are making little drawings on your page. The M is movement. While I'm teaching, you must remain seated at all times. Don't get out of your seat and walk around. Don't ask to throw paper away or recycle paper, or sharpen your pencil, or get tissue, or get supplies, or get out of your seat to get supplies. Don't ask to do any of those things while I'm teaching a lesson. Sometimes we're in the middle of teaching a lesson and students feel it's necessary to try to go get a pencil or some paper or whatever the case may be. You need to stay in your seat the entire time that I'm teaching. We have time when you're doing independent work that you'll be able to throw your paper away or sharpen your pencil or get supplies that you need. So do not ask to do any of these while I'm teaching a lesson. Asking me will result in a warning. Participation. How do you show me that you're participating when I'm teaching? You're meeting my expectations if you're sitting up straight, listening to the lesson, giving appropriate answers to questions, not saying silly answers when I'm asking serious questions with you. You're sitting quietly to be respectful of those other students around you, and again, you're writing only if directed. You're not meeting my expectations if you are talking, drawing or coloring, turning around in your seat, or putting your head down on your desk. Okay, putting your head down on your desk when I'm teaching, you're going to miss out on important information, important details, and you're going to be asking me questions later on as to what's expected of you or what you should be doing, and that's not acceptable. Classroom expectations: to be respectful, be responsible, and be safe. These are some examples here. To be respectful, you raise your hand to speak and wait to be called upon. Use encouraging, polite, and kind words. Ask permission to use things. Listen politely when others are speaking. Follow directions the first time given. Treat supplies and equipment properly. Being responsible. Be on time and prepared for class. Enter classroom and unpack your book bag and materials. Participate in class activities. Complete your work and do your best. Accept consequences without arguing or complaining. I know sometimes that you feel like a teacher's picking on you or whatever, but that's not the case, and you know that if you're doing something wrong, the teacher is going to call you out. Just accept the consequences without any argument. In order to be safe, we keep our body and other objects to ourselves. Sit in our chair properly. Treat supplies and equipment appropriately. Maintain personal space. And we walk and move carefully throughout the classroom. And that completes the CHAMPS Teacher Directed Expectations lesson. Thank you very much for listening.